Hi, everyone. Welcome. Today, I thought I would talk a little bit about what Jesus meant by judge not, lest you be judged. And what the Course in Miracles is teaching us as well, Jesus is emphasizing that the relinquishment of judgment is the foundation for salvation, is the foundation for forgiveness, for peace of mind, for joy, for inner happiness, for opening up to the kingdom of heaven within. So this is a key. This is a keynote. And today I received 4 songs from my friend Christopher Todd, and one of them was titled Judgment Relinquished. So that's what I'm calling the title of this talk. Judgment Relinquished. So I thought I would start off with Jesus talking in the Manual for Teachers of the Course in Miracles, number 10. He is answering the question, how is judgment relinquished? Judgment, like other devices by which the world of illusions is maintained, is totally misunderstood by the world. It is actually confused with wisdom and substitute for truth. As the world uses the term, an individual is capable of good and bad judgment, and his education aims at strengthening the former and minimizing the latter. There is, however, considerable confusion about what these categories mean. What is good judgment to one is bad judgment to another. Further, even the same person classifies the same action as showing good judgment at one time and bad judgment at another time. Nor can any consistent criteria for determining what these categories are be really taught. At any time, the student may disagree with what his would-be teacher says about them, and the teacher himself may well be inconsistent in what he believes. Good judgment in these terms does not mean anything. No more does bad. It is necessary for the teacher of God to realize not that he should not judge, but that he cannot. In giving up judgment, he is merely giving up what he did not have. He gives up an illusion, or better, he has an illusion of giving up. He has actually merely become more honest. Recognizing that judgment was always impossible for him, he no longer attempts it. This is no sacrifice. On the contrary, he puts himself in a position where judgment through him rather than by him can occur. And this judgment is neither good nor bad. It is the only judgment there is. And it is only one. God's Son is guiltless, and sin does not exist. The aim of our curriculum, unlike the goal of the world's learning, is the recognition that judgment in the usual sense is impossible. This is not an opinion, but a fact. In order to judge anything rightly, one would have to be fully aware of an inconceivably wide range of things, past, present, and to come. One would have to recognize in advance all the effects of his judgments on everyone and everything involved in them in any way. And one would have to be certain there is no distortion in his perception, so that his judgment would be wholly fair to everyone on whom it rests, now and in the future. Who is in a position to do this? Who, except in grandiose fantasies, would claim this for himself? Remember how many times you thought you knew all the facts you needed for judgment and how wrong you were? Is there anyone who has not had this experience? Would you know how many times you merely thought you were right, well, without even ever realizing you were wrong? Why would you choose such an arbitrary basis for decision making? Wisdom is not judgment, it is the relinquishment of judgment. Make then but one more judgment. It is this: There is someone with whose judgment, with you, whose judgment is perfect. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He does know all the facts, past, present, and to come. He does know all the effects of his judgment on everyone and everything involved in any way. And he is wholly fair to everyone, for there is no distortion in his perception. Therefore, lay down judgment, not with regret, but with a sigh of gratitude. Now are you free of a burden so great that you could merely stagger and fall down beneath it. And it was all illusion, nothing more. Now can the teacher of God rise up unburdened and walk lightly on. Yet it is not only this that is his benefit. His sense of care is gone, for he has none. He has given it away along with judgment. He gave himself to him whose judgment he has chosen now to trust instead of his own. Now he makes no mistakes. His guide is sure. And where he came to judge, he comes to bless. Where now he laughs, he used to come to weep. It is not difficult to relinquish judgment, but it is difficult indeed to try to keep it. The teacher of God lays it down happily the instant he recognizes its costs. All of the ugliness he sees about him is its outcome. All of the pain he looks upon is its result. All of the loneliness and sense of loss, of passing time and growing hopelessness, of sickening despair and fear of death, all these have come of it. And now he knows that these things need not be. Not one is true, for he has given up their cause, and they, which never were but the effects of his mistaken choice, have fallen from him. Teacher of God, this step will bring you peace. Can it be difficult to want but this? Ah, how beautiful. Sweet. That is, judge not lest you be judged, from the Bible in clear, certain terms. Jesus is giving it to us straight talk. How is judgment relinquished? Yeah, you see that you give up what you never had in the first place. That's the key. So we have some songs from Christopher. The first one I'm going to play is titled Creation. No, it's good. It's titled Thought Generator. That's what we're going to play first. Thought Generator.
My thoughts are casting all I see. They write the script unconsciously, but I can choose to look within and change the tale before it begins. Emotions rise like tidal waves. They show the mind the paths it paves. To feel is how I find release. To cry is part of finding peace. No trap outside, no secret cell. Beliefs the warden, thoughts the shell. Yet I can choose another view, where spirit's voice is shining through. The fear of loss is made of smoke. It disappears when I revoke the system that was built on lies and see with spirit's clearer eyes. calls my name. The light within is never dim. It's fed when I remember him. I don't compare or try persuade. Each path by spirit has been laid. There's no one right or only way, but love is what we live each day. Perception bends, belief gives way. The light dissolves the world's dismay. Destruction is a false disguise for new creation on the rise. So I forgive what never was, the tangled web, the mind's applause. I let the spirit lead my dance and welcome in a second chance.
Wow. Thought generator. Our next song is called Creation Beyond.
Creation lives beyond the frame of bodies, names, or fleeting fame. It's not what eyes or ears perceive, but what the holy heart believes. No shape or form can hold its grace. It's everywhere and has no place. Not of the world, but of the light, where nothing blocks my inner sight. Perception paints a shifting mask, while spirit waits behind the task. When I release the need to judge, the inner tides begin to budge. I drop the guilt I've made so real and let the mind begin to heal. Forgiveness is the sacred gate that takes me to my changeless state. There is no war I need to fight, no battle waged in wrong or right. The ego's war was just pretend. The dream dissolves where truths extend. I am no war I need to fight, no battle waged, it doesn't rest. It never starts, it doesn't end. It's what we are, not what we send. I am the thought the spirit keeps, the dreamer stirring from his sleep. When I stop adding layers on, the truth is simple, love has shown. So I return where I began, beyond the false, beyond the man. Not seeking, claiming, or confined, but resting in the formless mind.
Next up is our title track. Title of this broadcast, Judgment Relinquished.
I thought I saw a world outside, but it was judgment that had lied. My mind projected guilt and lack and tried to take the judgment back. The want, the need, the reaching out reveals the root of inner doubt. When I expect, I feel the strain. It's wanting love while feeding pain. Relinquish judgment, not the world. Let false perception be unfurled. I don't need better ways to see. I only need to set thought free. Sacrifice is not the call. It's ego's whisper, masked and small. The world is not what I let go, but how I see it starts to glow. When nothing's mine and nothing's owed, the heart aligns with love's true code. No trade, no price, no give and take. Just what is real and will not break. The calling isn't far or faint. It echoes loud in every saint. It's not a task, it's not a test. It's giving up the ego guest. Forgiveness comes and clears the air. I stop pretending life's unfair. What once was pain becomes the path when I let go of judgment's wrath. I do not need to understand, but only offer up my hand and walk beside the light within, where peace begins and never ends.
Wow. Judgment Relinquished. And our last song of this live broadcast is a phrase I came up with when I was giving a talk at a castle in the Netherlands some years ago. It's called Turtles for God.
Resistance high, but that's okay. The spirit meets me anyway. My pace is slow, my steps unsure, yet still I walk toward what is pure. for speeding through. But turtles know what's wise and true. No race to win, no end to chase, just showing up in love and grace. I'm not too late, I'm not behind. There's perfect timing in the mind. Each moment moves me toward the light. No wrong direction, just in sight. Progress is not always fast. Sometimes a miracle is last. But spirit sees the whole design and walks each patient step with mine. Progress is not always fast. Sometimes a miracle is last. But spirit sees the whole design and walks each patient step with mine. I rest when I am feeling strained. No need for guilt or self-contained. This path is held by hands unseen. With every breath, the heart is clean. I honor where I truly stand. No pressure from the world demand. I let the turtle's wisdom lead to meet each day with trust and speed. Even if I pause or stall, the prayer within still hears the call. The light is faithful, warm and near. It doesn't vanish when I fear. So here I am, slow but sincere. I'll walk with God year after year. I'm not ashamed of where I trod. I'm proudly one of turtles for God.
Wow. Turtles for God. Well, pass your love on, shine your light, keep crawling along as a turtle for God, steady, consistent, honest, open, stride after stride after stride, giving it all, letting love radiate, radiate, radiate. That's it. We are in the joy. Remember, judgment relinquishment is what salvation is all about. That's our God connection. That's our peace of mind. That's our joy, our freedom, our love. That's God's will to be purely, perfectly happy. And we experience that when judgment has been relinquished, because we never had it. We never were created with it in the first place. So we're not losing anything. We're letting go of what never was. Beautiful. Okay. Take care. God bless.